Welcome, everyone, to Homo universalis. Now, what is that? Have you ever heard the name Homo universalis? Very few of us have, and I made it up to describe something that's happening everywhere, but hasn't been named. And here's what it is. If you remember in evolution, we've had Homo Neanderthal. And something happened that was a mystery, and up came Homo sapiens, and then Homo sapiens sapiens. At the beginning, between Neanderthal and sapiens, it didn't look very different. But as sapiens developed in all its characteristics, and its larynx, and its thumbs, and its writing, and its culture, and its entire power system, it transformed the world. And it began to hit a limit to growth, where it could destroy our own life support system with the very power of Homo sapiens sapiens. There has been, therefore, arising in the last few thousand years, individuals who are carrying the new species, a Jesus Christ, different, new, saying, you will do the works that I do. Buddha, Aurobindo, Sai Baba, people all over the world who individually, they started whole new cultures, but nobody else could do it. Here's what I see happening. Those original amazing individuals that formed the beginning of the new culture of Homo universalis are now cropping up through us in countless people who don't know they're becoming a new species. Here is my definition of Homo universalis at this stage and what we might be in 10 to 15 or 20 years. Right now, here is what it means to be a Homo universalis. You are feeling within yourself a huge spiritual impulse to express more creativity, more identification with source, more awakening to the God within, whatever language you see. You are gaining what I'm calling an evolutionary spirituality. A spirituality that comes from the whole source of creation and is awakening to you as an expression of spirit. There's a vast spiritual awakening going on in many different names. It's not a new religion, it's a new awakening. The second characteristic of Homo universalis is life purpose, vocation, attraction to create. Millions of us, like myself at 88 years old, what am I doing? I'm totally aroused, vocationally aroused, to express my own unique purpose in partnership with others for what seems to be the good of life, the good of the divine process within me, and the good of others throughout the world. I'm vocationally aroused to join genius, to create more of who I am, to give into the world. I'm asserting there's a huge arising of unique vocation. And out of the arising of unique vocations of millions of us, who won't be the old traditional doctor, lawyer, or Indian chief, out of this arising comes innovations, breakthroughs in health, education, economics, science, and technology, that if you look at the whole wheel of co-creation, you'll see we're surrounded by innovations changing the world, but they're not yet fully connected, they're not yet fully visible, and they're not the news. The news, so-called, is what's breaking down. The news is what isn't working. But I want to tell you something, we are the news. Every single person who's creating innovation, creativity, and more love. Those innovations and creativities are not just staying with the individuals doing them, they're being spread out and they're going on to the internet. Now, the internet is the nervous system of the planetary body. We didn't have that when I was growing up. There was no internet. We didn't have a planetary nervous system. Now we do. So everything that's going up into that nervous system that is creative, good, loving, and innovative is being recorded. It's not yet being coherent. It's not yet being organized, but it's there like particles of the new body. And the third part, after spiritual evolution, vocational and social evolution, comes high-tech evolution. High-tech evolution really gives us powers we used to attribute to ancient mythological gods. Artificial intelligence is the vast expansion of intelligence through the use of computers and internet. Nanotechnology is to build atom by atom like our bodies do. Robotics is to be able to serve over and over repetitive tasks, getting ever more intelligence until they can truly serve almost everybody and everything. And then you take genetics. We are already healing our own genetic disorders. We're going to be evolving consciously. There are people who are studying life extension. They're talking about radical life extension. We're beginning to move into outer space, and probably it will be nanobots, not human, that populate the universe. This is like just a beginning of realizing that we have spiritual impulse that's greater. We have vocational turning on to do more of our unique vocations, and we are empowered with powers of ancient gods. If we apply love and creativity to those new powers, do you know what? We're really a new species. We can do things that no Homo sapiens was able to do. So let's imagine us 25 to 50 years hence, which is just nothing. And let's imagine we don't destroy our environment. Just another point, imagine we are at the shift point of the planetary environment, not just us personally, where the climate change and all could lead to devolution on a global scale. In the same shift point, this innovation and creativity could lead to evolution on a planetary scale. We don't know which it is, but I'm saying we have to understand the vision of what's possible, or we're going to go down to devolution. So the vision of what's possible, if we combine spirituality, love, creativity, innovation, and high-tech genius, is that we are going to be ever-evolving humans. We're actually going to be able to do what Jesus said. He said, "You will do the works that I do, and greater works than these will you do in the fullness of time." Folks, it's the fullness of time, and most of us don't know it. So Homo universalis is the name for all of that. And what I'm so excited about is that in partnership with Humanities Team and Steve Farrell, we are offering a year-long journey, a year-long intensive, starting November 7th, 2017. For 52 weeks, using each week one of my codes that tell your own universal evolutionary self. They bring it right in so you can be your own future self for 52 weeks until we end up with a celebration of music and lights and sound of an awakening on internet, on our nervous system, on the noosphere that Teilhard de Chardin mentioned, of awakening our species in love. We don't know how far we'll get. We don't know how many contributions we can make, but we're inviting all of us to participate. So please sign up and become a participant in awakening the new species in you. Thank you.